That was so fast. I need everyone to roll me a D100. Hi, how it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome. Yes, and welcome back. I am Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master of the Longshot table, and it is my honor and privilege to have these amazing people here with me today. We are getting into our 23rd episode of this chunk of Terraform. Terraform is a campaign that's been going on for 5 years. We just recently passed our 100th episode on the YouTube as a whole, and if you want to get caught up to any of the other weekly streamed campaigns, of which there are 3, soon to be 4, as well as some summer series coming up, go over there. You'll get all we got yonks of information. Ben over here, it's a mirrored image. Ben over here has run 2 summer series of his own homebrew subclasses and will be reprising said summer series in a couple of months. Lots of good stuff over there. If you would like to join our community, where it's chaotic is where wholesome, and we have memes and all that on the Discord, as well as most importantly bingo. We have D&D related bingo. We were the first, and we love that, and we're just so excited that it's catching on in other spaces. It's like we did that. It feels so good.
I very much stole all aspects of bingo
as
from
you should.
This space.
D&D is a shared space. So if you've been enjoying any of the short form that's been popping up on your feed, you can thank Anne, our amazing mod, here tonight with us, and that's up on the Instagram. Longshot. I got a Patreon if you want to support me personally further. I got some other big news on the rise that I can't talk about yet, so for now we're going to go over to Taylor and Tracy.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the game master for Heinefall. Check us out at heinefall.com. It's an awesome LARP. We have an event coming up end of May called the Vanishing Isles. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be pretty much Heinefall's beach episode, so you know it's going to be a blast. I just got back yesterday from Neotropolis, which is hosted by the same people who do Wasteland as a cyberpunk LARP, and I'm making a video all about it. You'll be able to catch it on larping.org on YouTube. I play Robin. Robin just got her brother back because she's excited to now take on the world. She solved her biggest problem, and she feels like with this group of crazy folks and her brother by her side, maybe they'll be able to help Zito end this war. And speaking of Zito, I will pass it off to Ben.
Hi, my name is Ben Brainard, and you're watching Terraforming Mars. So close.
Mars!
I'm playing Zito Barbera, the Path of an Uncle Sandwich Barbarian, and the last thing that happened was I got to kill the brat. Hooray! I punched him so hard his soul came out, and that was the goal. I need to end the war so I can go home. Everything is clear to me now.
Who's next?
Kazric.
All right, there we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard. CritBard across all social media channels. My pronouns are he and they. I'm a professional actor and vocalist from the Midwest, turned tabletop, extravagant, hot mess. Jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them. And today, I will be playing Kazric, the Apothecary Alchemist, which is a custom, one-of-a-kind third-party class and subclass by Mage Hand Press. Not sponsored, just like talking about it because bombs. Kazric is on a path of discovery as far as what he has been traveling for since he left the Fune, or left the area, I'll say. Didn't leave
Went abroad.
The tribe.
Studied abroad.
Went abroad. There you go. Yeah. Did some transatlantic shit. I don't know.
Discovered yourself elsewhere.
That part. But now that he has helped this party in a plethora of ways, for lack of a better word, he's about to start being selfish because it's time for him to do what he has intended to do, which is heal this world. I will pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, my name's Shane Whalley. You can find me everywhere as Shane Whalley. I play Sicko, the College of the Road Bard. He is having a great time communicating with the dead and spirits and gods and otherworldly beings and shadows and music. Yeah. there's nothing new going on in my life other than just I am in pain every day. It is lovely. No, don't pity me.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I love you.
You want?
I live with it. No.
I don't want you to be in
Checking.
pain.
No, I'm good. I want it to be gone. But that's nice. I'm
get
learning
there.
to not let it bring me down. I'm living with it. Yeah. Welcome to Terraform.
Wow.
Make cry.
Time for emotional pain. And I think that's everybody. Yes. Gotta double check. I'm a forgetful boy. Okay. Last we left off, the party was fleeing. Well, I say fleeing. After brutally murdering Whalley and getting some answers from the high priest of Hraden, the party moved to exit the city and struck out to get themselves across this bridge to safety. There's a couple things that the party might want to wrap up, and so I want to give some opportunity for that as we move into the space. You guys are stepping out, and you all kind of look back to notice that Sika is not leaving the space yet. The remnants of this church ruined even before you guys got here and had that massive fight. Music? Oh, my bad. But the ruined architecture you're able to see is kind of shifting and moving about a bit.
Turn it down one tab.
I got you.
There you go.
As surprisingly, the place grows naturally silent. Like the wind dies, some of the distant fighting seems to get quiet, birds stop singing, the waves don't seem to be crashing anymore. There's this kind of natural silence as all of this rubble is sifting around the high priest and Sika. Sika is in mid performing this this prayer and has opened their eyes, and you don't see their pupils or anything like that. It's just this watery blue, like this almost like blue sea green. And at the end of last episode, Sika saw this first vision, which was this stone ancient archway with gold lines either dripping down or laid down, descending from the arch. Rolled very, very well. Annie, if you could post the second picture for me.
Bingo!
Already?
No, but it's on the.
Oh.
I'm just very happy. Okay.
As
I am the god of bingo and bombs in this town.
as you realize farther back through this arch, there's a point of motion. Make a perception check as you zoom in, as you just try to focus in on that movement. Yeah, sorry. The first picture, Annie. My apologies.
Dirty 20.
Excellent. It's an individual in full plate mail. You cannot see the features, but they have walked through this arch, and the golden thread that was limply hanging along the arch has clung to this person. And now that they've walked away, this massive, violently spinning halo and long golden sword fall into the hand and crest the helm of this knight. You can find a picture on the Discord chat. Make sure you agree to the rules. Very important.
Sorry, just for my sake, because I was doing 10 million things at once. This is a dream that, or this is a vision
this
that.
is a holy vision from a Kraden.
Gib.
Is the Elden Ring picture supposed to be there?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
It
I
does
got
look
it.
like that.
I think I sent the wrong thing.
No, I see the
No.
knight with the thing. I just saw the
Yeah,
other one
yeah.
there.
No, I see it. It's the
The
right thing.
knight with the thing made me think of Elden Ring, so I posted
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
Based. It does look very Elden Ring. This individual, Sika.
Yeah.
You watch as the individual pauses and turns back to look at you. Kind of tilts their head a bit. With a natural 20. You note a purple glow in the slits of the visor that is down of purple eyes, piercing, looking back at you. What do you do? What do you think?
I don't know. I may have to roll an intuition on this, but is there a way for me? I'm curious about how it's being presented to me. Is the guy like mono expression, or is like that's what I'm trying to figure
Expressionless, all in plate, helm down, visor down.
Okay.
You can see just the glowing pupils of purple from under the
out? So Sick is going to be taking in this moment, registering simply 1 + 1 equals 2. This is something divine, and it's he just did a prayer and in a place. Now, while I'm in the vision, do I see the rocks and stuff around us?
Mm-hmm. You are
Right?
incorporeal. You are just sight.
Okay. Can I move towards the arch?
You try to do so, and it feels like it doesn't feel like you move. It feels like the vision shifts in the direction you wish to move in a strange
Okay.
sense.
Okay. While I'm moving, I hope in this incorporeal place, it is not with the energy of aggression. So I want to make sure that is right out there. So I would like to approach this arch, and the person's behind it, right? Like it goes arch and then person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's they're a bit far off.
Okay. So with a peaceful heart, and I want to approach the arch and see it closer before I walk through or try to push through or things of that sort.
These are the similar golden threads. They are not functioning as you would think, trying to hold any sort of specific shape as they would deem fit. Instead, the power seems to be along the threads that have gone with this knight.
Powers along with the knight?
Yeah, the knight, this individual in plate mail that has turned and looked back at you. The golden thread has broken off in places and seemed to drape and cascade around the person when they walked through. And that has turned into that halo and the sword that is at least 11 feet long.
I would like to reach my hand out to the any remaining threads and see if I can.
You kind of move
Embrace it?
yourself up. You don't have the means to embrace, and you try to like push yourself through to interact, and it doesn't seem feasible. You don't, or at least you don't notice any kind of interaction or change over yourself or anything like that.
On the edges of the arch, is the vision through the arch different? Like the inside the arch is one, the outside different. It's all just one
The
thing?
ground below is a brick red sand. You can see outcroppings of rock, and this arch is also made of the same kind of rock that seems somewhat chiseled.
And I can't pass through.
You can move all throughout this space.
I would like to go through the arch.
Yep, and nothing particularly happens. The knight seems less concerned now, as if they were sensing something and unsure of the outcome.
I'm going to do a Sika thing and totally look and understand it as a door.
Okay.
So, like, he wants to remember every part of it that he can, and stuff of that sort, and internalize it permanently. And she's going to turn to the knight, and with a soft, hopefully his voice reaches out, as he hasn't tried sound yet in this area. So, in the same time he does this, he's registering how if he can, how sound waves work. So he's going to gently say hello to the knight.
Hello.
Reverberations. Love it. Okay. Six is just going to take a second and just like look at his hand and just do a quick snap of his finger and just see what happens.
There's no finger to snap.
Oh. Got it. Cool.
The individual kind of moves forward slightly, floating off the ground. The armor at the tip of the toes just kind of dragging along the floor, leaving these two kind of plumes of that red dust as he moves into the area of the arch. Doesn't look directly at you, but it's almost as if it's aware of you. They're aware of you, but they don't have any idea whatsoever as to what, who, where, if you are, you know. Like, they've got a gut feeling right now. They're sensing something.
Am I notice him being, like, are they going on the defense at any point? Like,
not particularly. They don't seem particularly afraid.
And I wasn't able to interact with the strands.
Correct. You don't
So
seem
I couldn't,
to, yeah.
I couldn't move it or make it blow or anything.
Nope.
How close is he to me?
It's about 20 feet below you now. At the base of the arch. Because you had to fly up to interact with these. Yeah, you had to fly up to interact with these, like, dangling strings. So, big arch, he's down there.
Sick is going to look down and just be like, I'm above you.
I'm above you, above you, above you, above you, above you, above you. He looks up. In the twin-bound names, beware from this holy place. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 21.
21.
Yeah.
Raiden, this is not your land. This is not where you have authority. You should not be here. And then you hear... What happened? You turn to see, by where you were, 30 feet or so, the high priest sits up, looking younger. Where are we? The knight turns and seems more confused. And he's going to gently float over and goes, Was that you that I heard, that I felt?
I don't think so. Please help me up.
Of course. He's going to reach down a hand and help the old man. The old man kind of briefly like puts his weight on him and then seems to slowly fall through the knight. The knight tries to catch him again and goes, I don't believe you're in the correct heaven, sire. Why did you come here? Who were you?
I was the High Priest of Hraden and Pardon.
Oh, you have my deference and my respect. He's gonna look about again, looking for you. I don't believe we're alone here. That might not surprise you. He's gonna sit down. You will go to where you're supposed to go soon enough. You have no need of worry. Do you know why, perhaps, that you came here?
I think I had a brief but of further use, and perhaps still do. There is one here who is being given some sort of message from my beloved goddess of rest.
He goes, ah.
Perhaps you will be important to him. He's I don't know his name, but he is a luminant, white hair, like a skin of lavender, extremely well dressed.
He's like, okay. Goes on to try to give a secondhand description of you. Big ups to Thompson. And he goes, I'll do so. He goes, excellent. And then he's just gone. The high priest is just gone. And he goes, go now ye to your rest, sire. And he makes a gesture of the Stormfather, and then a second gesture you don't recognize.
What was the gesture?
The gesture of the Stormfather?
Sure, both.
I didn't
You
cook
effed
up
up.
physical
You effed up.
gestures.
You effed
Oh God! Making something up on the fly with no intention for it to mean anything
What was
else.
his name?
Sorry. The name?
Where was he from?
Oh God.
Doesn't have to be kids.
Again, just making this up off the cuff. The Stormfathers is. The second gesture that you don't recognize is like this rubbing hand that then reaches out. A twisting of the palms together and then reaching out. That's the one you don't recognize. The one of the Stormfather would be some kind of heraldry to the eye of the storm. Whether that was maybe something like, maybe
Feff, I have an idea.
swirling through the eye. I don't know. Yeah, what's up?
So this is ASL for storm, is like swirling clouds, and then this is father. So if you did this,
Ooh.
like a quick like salute that's father
Like this?
into storm,
One hand
or
straight-
storm into father.
Hand down like this.
Yeah,
it's
so
two-
like father is there, and then and then you just combine is what he's trying to say, or
Love it.
Or,
Yeah. If this is father, and
It's
this is
that.
storm,
Wow, I love it. I love it. Such wonderful signs.
The knight is going to turn to you-ish.
Sika hearing the words from the high priest being a way of help, in the vision he's going to lower himself closer to the ground. And hopefully that helps the knight interact.
Okay. He goes. Well, you have need of me. You should know who I am. I am son of Thranduin, the High Inquisitor. Varian.
What was the name?
Varian. Varian. And I am the son of truth.
Oh.
Things begin to grow loud. And then you're back. What does the party do during this time? There's a little bit
give
of
him my name.
How much time passed during that, and
It's
what did it
about-
look like for us?
described at the beginning when you have that kind of swirling rubble and that sea green blue eyes. There's a moment as the body of the high priest potentially in a horrific way, in a non-horrific way, turns to seawater. In a gentle way somehow, I don't know. But this is something that is known to happen to priests
Okay.
of this church, at least.
Does this look similar at all to any other death rite or death ceremony that I may have seen in war? Or is this like
Yes, this
Okay.
maybe slightly different because Sika's just kind of improving it. So I would say none of the structure, all of the majesty.
all of the pomp and circumstance, but none of the structure? Okay. Can I make a history check to see like if it's I don't even know. I guess if it wouldn't look like one, it would just feel like one.
Yes.
I think Zito would just be like, this is a death ceremony. Cool.
Okay.
Whatever god is up there must enjoy the dance that Zito is doing, or that Sika is doing. It is not one that I have seen before.
You would see Kazric absolutely already next to Sika, like inspecting to make sure they're like not like catatonic or something.
Sure. Sure.
Like, Sika, what are you doing? What is happening? What is he doing?
Make a medicine check.
Start vibrating.
Right. Medicine.
Is Task still there?
Task is there.
Okay.
Unreadable as
18.
always in his cowl.
Fuck him.
18. Yeah, he's
I
fine.
mean,
he's Sika is unmarred by this experience they're going through right now.
That's a new word for Elmo.
Unmarred? No.
That's a new word for Elmo. Elmo unmarred. Elmo has no injuries. Elmo healthy. Elmo hit Rocco.
hate. So sorry. What did you say in response to the roll?
He's
I just-
good. He is unmarred.
Okay, unmarred slave bells work. Will just like, okay, he's not dead. I think.
The high priest?
No, Sika.
Well, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Like, I've never seen him just go.
I'd
Wait,
like to
is
turn
he
to Task.
Is Sika standing weird or dancing?
He is standing weird.
You said his eyes are like different.
His
or
eyes are
something?
like a green, blue sea.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It is
so he's
quite
just like,
peculiar to see him quiet and still for an extended period of time. But
Sika goes,
I am just
hello.
taking it in.
Oh, they're. Oh.
mhm.
So they hear me say hello?
And all the concurring things that follow after.
Hello. Poor Catherine. Just like, ah!
Ah! And just scurries back like Rage Bomb.
Is he standing?
I don't know, he's not dead, so that's what I get for. I don't really know all the magic stuff that you all do.
I'd like to turn to Task.
He's seeing a vision.
Oh, okay, that's fine. he's seeing it.
That's completely normal.
I think if I had to guess, best case scenario, our friend Sika here is helping the high priest and is needed in doing so because of the necromantic spell cast upon him. Seems
All
like
of
he
the
is not
death.
being punished for doing so. Perhaps he is helping in some way.
All right. Do you how long do visions usually
About now it ends.
All right.
Say a lesson? No? Okay.
No.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff happening around you.
I must
Looks
attend
at
to these
Task.
corpses.
But don't tend hard enough that they turn into that.
Exactly.
How many corpses are around us?
About 30.
Oh. Magic eyeballs.
Don't rub your hands. Don't do
start
that.
going through their pockets.
Magic eyeballs and looting, baby.
Task sees you doing. Are you going
I
through
would
the pockets?
I'm
also
doing it
stop you.
stealthily. Task doesn't see nothing.
Okay, so there's a rotation that happens of Task gathering corpses to bring back to his
help.
morgue,
I'll help you
and
with
you
this.
being on the
I'll
front. Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, I would help too, but only because strong.
Sure. So you'd actually help. You roll a D20, Taylor.
Oh. Okie dokie.
I'm gonna roll to see if Zito would actively try to
13.
keep an eye on Robin during this.
That would be a perception versus.
Yeah,
Robin's
I'm
stealth.
rolling to see if he would even think about doing it first.
You get to 13 corpses easily before we roll for stealth here against the active perception check of Zito.
Okay.
I rolled to see if he would even think about doing it, and he does. So I'm now
He
rolling.
does.
Got you. I like it.
Where did I get off
I'm
the
not
first
gonna beat
13
a
bodies? And
30.
then do you want me to roll stealth?
Go ahead and roll stealth. I
Okay.
will give you a lump sum. There's-
Dirty 20.
Dirty
which means I
20.
rolled a 7.
Okay. Excellence. Give me just a second.
Plus 13 to my stealth.
Okay, I have a +7 my perception. I was given inspiration at the start of this because of the ASL thing. I need to roll a 13. That's a 1. So
Yes!
19 was the higher roll.
Okay. You get up to 20 bodies, Robin, that you successfully are sifting through. Also, as an aside, Kazrak, holy salt water of the high priest melting away into salt water. Just I know you would want to collect
Weird
that.
Wait, he is becoming saltwater?
The high priest is dissolving into salt water.
I thought he was back to life.
No, no, he went on. He passed
No,
on.
he died.
He was in the vision with Sika, and then got sent on somehow to his proper place.
I'm under. Yeah, he looked younger in the vision, not in real life. Got it. All right.
And
Yeah.
And he is a high priest of the Stormfather?
Of a Hraden.
High priest of Hraden.
Of a Hraden, okay.
Of the god of rest.
Not Thompson.
Goddess. No, Thompson worked for this guy.
Worked for this guy. Okay, great. Absolutely collecting saltwater priest.
So
Thompson is the one that helped escape, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
With gold shot. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Vial of saltwater priest.
Hey,
First of all,
you have water, I have blood. Hey.
Robin, you find entirely too many lockpicks. For the amount of holy people you are looking through. There's a couple of soldiers. You don't find Guildshot, but you find a couple of the people that were working for him who are also dead. In this, you will find, I'm gonna give you your pick of 4 on the D4. 4 plus 1 items, such as +1 armor, +1 dagger, +1 crossbow. And that is what you're able to find that is useful to you and salvageable from this brutal fight. Many of the corpses are horrifically torn asunder, in many places from the inside out, like we saw with Zito. You do find about 26 gold.
26 gold?
26 gold.
Okay.
A lot of diamond dust that was not used when the spells didn't work.
Okay.
I'll give you 11 gold's worth of diamond dust. 11, sorry. That's actually, I forgot how the math works in this game. I'll give you 111.
Bingo! Yes! That doesn't know math.
111 diamond dust worth of gold. Gold worth of diamond dust. Sorry.
How much gold is 1 diamond?
You need
I guess not that
300
it would
gold's
matter
worth
to you.
for Vivify of diamond dust.
Gotcha.
Okay. I have 11.
111.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, I
one,
misspoke.
one.
I misspoke.
I have angel number of diamond dust.
There's a, anyway. What else? Let's see. What'd you get on your D100?
I got a 55.
A 55?
Yeah.
You find 1 magic coin. It is made of gold, and initially it looks like one of the currencies of House Thorn, the lands of Whistling. And you look a little closer, and it's completely off. Whether the nose is too long or the shape is upside down, you're not quite sure, but it's giving off a glow of transmutation, some kind of polymorph maybe.
Ooh. I'm gonna put that in my pocket and set a mental timer for, I don't know, about 30 minutes, because transformation after an hour sometimes becomes permanent. So I want to, if they just did that, I want to maybe see if I can do a restoration
Good
on
thinking.
it. But I'm gonna set. I don't want to do it here. So she's setting a 30-minute timer of under 30 minutes. I need to try and see if I can transmute this back.
Okay. the bodies collected, he takes one of the carts from one of the other like groups of death, and he's got 2 piles, and he looks to Zito and says, I know you want to help me carry these bodies back to the morgue. 2 carts. I'll be back for the 2nd cart. It's important to me that I deal with this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want me to
I
do anything special to the bodies, or just kind of make sure they're all on a cart?
pile's fine.
All right, on the cart. Yeah.
All right. And he's gonna head off before kind of coming back to you and goes, thanks.
Death follows, or
He looks all the way up at you for the first time as you say that. Death follows. Claps you on the, the forearm because you're massive, and he turns and walks away. Picks up the cart and just starts
under my
pulling
breath. After he takes a few steps away, I go, "It always does." And then a very small smile as I go back to quietly stacking bodies on this cart.
Okay. Sika. You're focusing, you're dialing back in. And you see the robes. and Kazric nearby.
No, absolutely, because I don't care about the looting and all this stuff. I mean, I guess I looted someone's saltwater organs. But he will just be watching Sika, and as they come back to, he's like, "Are you okay? Are you dead?"
Not this time.
Okay. What's my name?
Kesrick.
Okay. Wait, that's
my
easy. It's unless I heard that you might have a different one, but you like Sika now, right?
Oh, I'm Sika.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so you're not. That's great. No death. What happened? You like when?
Before I started with Feff, while Sika was in his vision, is the energy that he felt while he was there compared to the energy in now that he's back in this different? Like, was he at peace? Like, was he felt calm when he was in the vision versus?
That's up to you, really.
Okay.
If
I
that's
didn't know if there was something. Yeah, for sure. I just didn't know. If
lasting impression. You return, and it's a little. I guess it would feel a little. Everything feels. I mean, we're in a fantasy world of magic, but everything feels suddenly mundane to a certain degree.
That's what I was kind of getting at. I was in the presence of like a holy-ish type thing, and then now I'm just like, all right, real life.
Sort of like a dream that felt real, but now you're awake.
Yeah.
And you have inspiration.
I do?
And you have inspiration.
I'm giving you
most dreams
inspiration. I'm handing you inspiration for having a crazy ass vision.
Oh, thank you.
Would be inspired.
Yeah. What happened is I was definitely dealing with something with the gods.
Oh.
And there was a very calm, very kind knight that was saying some. He helped this. He looks to the robes and just sees the water. Like, yeah, whatever this is. He helped this man, water puddle, access his next life. But he couldn't see me. And now he's supposed to help me. But then I came back, and I'm not sure how or what he's supposed to help me with. But a Raiden suggested him to help me. It's so confusing.
Oh.
But they were gorgeous.
Sure. I don't really know the god stuff, but if you say that it's helpful, and you wanted to be helpful. Then that's a win.
Coterie goes, I'm sorry, weren't we in a coven earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just making sure I'm caught up.
Yeah, but that's normal.
Okay.
That's something that I somehow had control in. This is just like, like going on a roller coaster without a seatbelt.
Are you
So that doesn't
becoming
exist.
like a
Sorry. that is like it's like a wavy being on a ship with lots of waves. You had to sit through it.
Are you like? Can you be doing lots of God? 1 second. Am I peeking?
No, you're good.
Okay, I guess.
You're killing it.
Cognizant. You've been doing a lot of God stuff recently, and it seemed to happen after you died. I don't know if there's direct correlation, but are you like wanting to be, what do they call them, a cleric?
I've met many wonderful clerics who have helped me learn many things, but I don't think I'd ever be allowed.
Be allowed? You just talk to a god. I'm sure you're probably more allowed than most. Some just fake it. Oh, look at me. Here's a god. Pay me. That's what I saw in my travels. It was weird. Oh, I'm paying you to talk to a god. I don't want to talk to a god anyway. It's weird.
If it helps, I wasn't expecting to talk to a god. I don't even think I spoke to the god. I just wanted to make sure they knew where I stood, possibly tainting the soul of someone who's so close to them, and I felt terrible. But do we know a God of truth? Have you heard of something of this?
No. I just never, truth? I mean, I tell the truth. I can make and you see him start like getting the ingredients. If somebody needs to tell the truth, I can just, put it in their gullet or their soup, and then boom.
We should
But
try
no
that
God.
one day.
I have.
Together then. We'll try that. But yeah, there was this beautiful
Zito.
archway. The threads! The golden threads.
Good.
You have a
Zito
golden
has his
thread.
hand raised.
I'm so Zito doesn't believe in any of the gods of this land because he has his own gods back in his plane of existence. But strictly due to the amount of killing, would he have heard someone reaching out to a god of truth?
What does truth have to do with murder?
Well, it's just the idea of people reaching out to their gods right before they die.
On this pantheon, there is no god.
I get you.
Okay.
And
so I
while
think
there are celestials, and in a greater scheme of things, in a multi-dimensional scheme of things, there's however many gods that could be, really. Because they're just greater celestials. We've got 12 here.
I think upon hearing the name God of Truth, Zito would probably just casually pipe up and be like, the God of Truth is not a god anybody has begged forgiveness from before they've died. Not in my experience, anyway.
In
Not
a
in
way,
this land.
in a way that's comforting. In a way. But not a big way. But
You are welcome to feel with that information however you choose. Comfort is usually not the emotion I grant, but I'm glad you found some.
Robin. Soren, you you take a glance at Soren, and Soren is kind of chewing on something. He doesn't really know what he's not really like talking much. He's not really moving much. He's just kind of sitting there. Then you notice him, and he leans down.
Okay.
Leans down and goes, I'll talk about it when there's less ears around. When every one of us is, when the group is just the group.
Sounds good to me. I'm ready to go. We need to get out of here before
I agree.
they lock this town down so tight. Even my best stealthing won't be able to do it.
Any ideas on how to get out?
I can look. I can go talk to the bowman real quick. He might have a way that he knows to get out.
Well, let's get out of here. We should move.
Right.
Yep. We
Sorry,
can
you
go
didn't have
once
that
these
accent.
bodies are stacked.
All right.
I'll help.
He's gonna chip in too, and in short order, you guys managed
Yeah,
to
more thing.
clean everything up.
Immediately skeptical of Robin helping bodies.
She doesn't steal specifically to be like, look, I did good.
To
Even
that
because
point,
she already stole most of the things off of the last people that we're loading on.
to that point, Zito, you're like, keeping a careful eye. They don't really have anything on them anyway, it looks like.
Robin has like a new rapier. She's put like her trash one on the other person. Like she switched out daggers, arrows, shortbow.
What for are you picking?
I couldn't find any sort of +1 armor, which I really wanted, but I couldn't find any like basic +1 armor.
Got you. It definitely. I see.
They all did like other special attributes. There's no just like leather +1 or whatever.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
There is? What is it
Absolutely.
called?
Just literally
Everything. It just
plus
type in
one.
the name of it and +1 or +1 first.
Well, it's not on D&D Beyond because I looked through all of their armor.
I promise you it is. I'll find it for
Interesting.
you.
Thanks. But I would do leather +1, and then I just pretty much upped all of my weapons. I did arrows +1, rapier +1, shortbow +1.
Was there any great hammer? Were there any great
In
hammers
here?
around? Yeah.
I mean, I can switch them out for anything. If
Oh, yeah,
wants
true.
something. I can
I-
do a
but
great
I-
hammer +1 if you want.
I wasn't the one looking for specifically anything. I wouldn't. My great hammer has been broken, so I think I'd probably like look around
I
a
will
little
fix
bit.
your great hammer. I will switch out my arrows.
Zito, you're like, they don't have much on them anyway. And Robin goes over, hammer.
No.
Oh,
I
my
would-
apologies.
No,
my apologies.
No,
I don't know how you.
no.
My bad.
Taylor,
I'm
look
not
in
gonna
our
let him know that I
Discord.
stole it. I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna hold on to the great hammer. I'm gonna look real bulky and silly underneath my cloak. And I'll give it to Zito later. Not in front
You're
of
gonna
the
put a
people that I
great
stole
hammer
stuff
under your
off of.
cloak.
Yeah. It's not gonna be the best disguise I've ever done. But I'm not going to just
You're
straight up
using like
give
the
it to you.
camouflage as best you can to like keep
Yeah.
up this
Just have,
appearance
the
of
hood
a
is
of a
over
less fucked up cloak.
How many,
taller than me.
how many weapons will this bring Zito to, and how many of them will he keep in his hand when he begins to rage?
Zito doesn't carry many weapons on him.
Does anybody else want any other +1 thing?
Zito has some throwing shit.
None?
Zito's got a
I mean,
hand
not for
axe
one
and
for
a
each of us.
javelin and a rapier. That's it.
Amazing.
The rapier is decorative. It is a military dress thing that he has stabbed
That's right.
people with.
That's right. Sika, did you want to grab one?
Yeah, like, so what's left?
What-
You can just
whatever.
tell me.
Just-
I can change up what I.
Oh, honestly, at this point, armor. I
+1 armor. So +1 armor for Sika, +1 armor for me. Kazric,
Nope.
nothing.
Nope. There's nothing that will benefit Kazakh here.
All right, then +1 hammer for Zito, and
Hammer.
I'll up the pokey poke of my rapier.
Excellent.
Hear me out, Feff. Hear me out. Okay? My buddy, my bestest of buddy, is a literal garbage disposal. Anything we don't need, he eats it. If he eats one of these armor pieces can not armor of one of these weapons? Can I bump his weapon, either his AC or his to hit?
Sell me on it.
Can I find a gem of +1 armoring?
He is literally the thing that breaks down everything. It was him that broke down the dragon pieces so Sika can have a piece. If anybody can break down magical items, in which he also is magical in himself, it would be Reggie.
I find
Your
like
Honor, may I
a
approach?
ring of +1 armor on one of the things, and we feed it to Reggie.
I hear you. You may approach
in argument
Jason's
in
bench.
defense of Kazric and Reggie. Reggie is a garbage disposal. We all know this. And
Yes.
Reggie also being of arcane origin, I imagine there would be some sort of transitive property in which Reggie can break down the mundanities of a magic item, absorbing the magic therein. You see, a leather
there's been
armor +1
precedents.
isn't leather armor that's really, really nice leather. It's leather armor that's been magically enchanted. So that enchantment would be absorbed by Reggie when that leather itself is broken down. Therefore, Reggie would gain a defensive armor enchantment.
Yes.
And on top of that, he's already consumed the rod of sublimation, which is made innately to break down magical things.
Yes.
Sure, that as well.
Also,
Yes,
my
you-
argument
Oh,
is
okay.
cool.
Very true.
So it's cool.
Yes, you may. But we're gonna go to break. All right, we'll be right back, gang. Alrighty, everybody. So, Bop and Bop. Party gathers himself and prepares to head. The question arises of how to go about escaping the city. Robin, I believe you had a couple of ideas and connections, though we can go about it from a whole bunch of different areas. I don't think Taylor can hear us.
Sorry, I was fixing. It was going in and out.
Oh,
I
I'm
can
so
hear you
sorry.
now. Nope, you're good. I don't know what happened. I think the wire's bad, but
You're good. You had a couple ideas on where to go next. So.
yeah, there's the bowman who said that I could kind of like sent me off into the forest and said there's gold to be found past the trees or something like that. So I wanted to bring him some of the golden thread, but now I'm kind of like worried that it's too much, but I'm gonna still bring it to him anyways. Because if we know, I have golden dandelions, and if we know the ritual to turn it into golden thread, Robin believes she can probably, with Sika's help, recreate it. I have the bellman. There was also, I think their name was Cameron, was the person that took us through the tunnels and things. They may also have a way for us out. Otherwise, there's just classic, she's been marking exits and side streets and things like that. And thieves' camps on the corners to try and find ways out of where the guards are currently.
Okay. I would go ahead and roll a survival check for me, because you've been making an effort this whole time to put out these markings and integrate with...
27.
Oh my god. Integrate with the city, which is basically your favorite terrain. Turn it down a smidge. You've developed a picture in your mind of how the network in total works, and based off of the state of the city right now, a lot of the important ones that matter to you and would matter to the people as a whole would be that of protection, safe places, bunkers. And so with that, I would say you can approach the Isaac Bowman's organization as a whole how you deem fit. You know where the headquarters is. You know how to find him directly if you want to take that path. There's also Whalley you were deferred to, who was familiar with Cameron. You can also go find Cameron.
I'll probably go see Holly, because I remember Holly was the one that was supposed to be who I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna do the proper chain of command. So I'm gonna head towards kind of like those offices where I met Holly in. That was kind of his area. I'm probably gonna head that way first.
Okay.
But I'll turn to the team and party and just be like, okay, so I have a way to possibly find like a way out. You can't be mad at me. She points up to Zito.
Yes, I can.
Nope. No, you can't.
I reserve that right.
I take it away. But I might know some people that could possibly find us a way out of here safely. If you guys are okay with that, if you want to come with me, you can. But don't. You just got, you know.
Why would we not go with you? I feel like we're all leaving.
Well, I'm gonna get information on how to leave. It might not be like the exit.
Question. Why wouldn't we be able to just leave?
You do know that the city gates are shut, and all of the militia that belong to the city bolted for the walls and the gates. They don't have, they're running on standing orders, and no new orders are coming as far as they're concerned, which has led to the city falling into chaos. Pardon is more dangerous than usual right now. And people are not out in the streets unless they're willing to take chances.
When we entered, it felt like we were allowed in, but it did not feel like we would then be allowed out. Was like some of the insight that we felt.
Specifically because of what she was doing, but now with her dead and things kind of being in unrest seems worse.
Shane.
I have a question. So you said that the gates are locked and stuff. And then the militia is guarding the gates?
Oh, yes. And the walls.
And the walls. Okay. Sorry. Just
Which
want to make
way
sure.
are their weapons facing? In or out?
Out.
Okay.
Let's go to these. You know, something's coming.
I appreciate your ability to find other ways to accomplish tasks.
It's called being resourceful.
Sure. I would be remiss if we didn't at least give these people a chance to do the right thing and let us out.
Well, do you want to go see and I can go find a backup plan? Or if they don't?
I don't really want us to split up. There's a lot happening and just doesn't feel correct right now.
Okay, fine. We'll just go as he doesn't mind to do that.
But we can do whatever. I don't mind either way. I just want us to do it together.
Have a commanding officer here now.
That's me.
Soren, do you want me to knock or do you want me to go this way?
As far as the Mage Breakers are concerned, none of this is... all of it's crooked. All of it's crooked. And we've discovered that there is no active law in this land. That's why they're doing that. And I think right now, the smartest move would be getting to the bridge, teleporting somewhere safe, raising further alarm. We know that the arcanist of the bridge got out with the high priority target, the elf. So the alarm's raised. People are preparing to react. We don't know how big that's gonna look. I'd get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So do you want me to go knock on the door, or do you want me to listen to your sister?
Let's listen to my sister. Robin usually has the smart way around things.
She does seem to know how to continue living.
Robin knows cities.
Then we will go to this bow person, and if they can help, then great. Also, Reggie, stop that. And you see Reggie just currently slowly consuming what seems to be one of the like half plate armor.
Like a paper shredder, like on its side, just churning in. And then looking.
That's not
Reggie...
Reggie. Oh, well, they're dead already, I guess. And now with Reggie, every now and then you almost see like when metal strikes metal, you see that spark. Every so often you're gonna see that kind of like pop through. As his armor class has been raised. Thanks, benevolent GM. And Reggie just like looks back after he's done and just kind of floats up like very meekishly and floats back into my backpack.
Robin.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Sorry.
start leading the way if I can.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sika, were you gonna say something? No, sorry, Robin.
wait, have we gotten out of the church area place that we were in yet?
Not yet. You
Oh,
have
okay.
the direction. How do you? It's a big half bowl. How do you want to approach? Do you want to go straight to? You're going for Whalley, so
I'm going for
you
Whalley. Yeah.
guide the party into the city streets, moving through spaces, and there's a few blockades that you're seeing here and there, and in some of them, just people in mass are just yoked up with, and they got on, dad's armor, and they're just sitting and holding down certain areas from looters, and you find a couple of them are just massacre scenes.
Really quickly, are we intending to have been doing this stealthily, like going around?
Yeah.
Okay, then before this happened, just because we've been talking for a while, and like all of this kind of happened in tandem. As he was talking things, you would have seen him. I mean, keeps looking at Robin, not really like to like glare them down, but just you can tell whenever he looks at somebody, he has an idea for something, and that person is a catalyst potentially. So he's like looking at Robin, and he goes, and after he's done eating, or probably while he's eating, you see him just getting a bunch of random stuff that he has in his doohickey of a bag of components, and eventually he puts together what seems to be, and it's probably like in, I'm not gonna say it's a vial, just like a small little cup that he found. He washed it out maybe, but in this cup that he finds, you see him pour it's a clear liquid, but it's like too clear. Like when you look in this cup, it looks like nothing's in it. And he goes, Zeno.
Takes it, drinks it. What is it?
Potion of invisibility. And that will cost me 4 reagent die. And he goes, oh, it worked. Good. And he writes notes.
I'll be fully honest with you, Kazrick. I am not at all pleased every time you seem surprised.
That's the point of experimenting. I had a theory, and now I had to test the theory, and now the theory has been proven to be correct. Also, I can't see you if that wasn't clear. He's like pointing at a thing that's probably not actually Zito, like pointing at the wall as he's talking, thinking he's talking to Zito.
I'm going to lift you now.
Oh, okay. Ah!
I'm just gonna put you on my shoulders.
This
is so everybody knows that I'm still here.
So, by the laws of the potion of invisibility, whatever you are carrying also turns invisible.
That is true.
So you go to pick up Kazrick, and boop, gone.
Just rat.
worked.
Robin starts having a panic attack.
Oh no!
It picks up Robin.
Yeah.
What?
Sika, you come around the corner. And just everyone's gone.
He's just like, oh. Okay. And then he just
Picks up Sika.
Can I see him now that he's holding me?
Coterie comes around the corner. Talking to Soren. And goes,
This is a weird.
oh shit. And Soren goes, oh shit.
I'll drop Sika and Robin.
Okay.
I ran out of arms.
Someone can straddle your neck.
From nowhere, just a very quiet, almost sad, I ran out of arms.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We're good to go.
Okay.
A bit.
Robin's gonna also cast Pass Without Trace because she's like,
Excellent.
okay, we're already in chaos territory. Pass Without Trace.
Roll for stealth and Zito at advantage. And
And everybody +10.
everybody.
Do y'all
yes.
roll?
Do I also roll of advantage because I'm now invisible because I'm on Zito?
If you're, yeah.
Success. This brings me joy.
38.
38.
32.
32.
We just walk through the front door.
32.
Omen who?
Why not
Let's go.
fly over it? Some of us still have the wings.
28.
Hey!
Amazing.
Thanks to
Stealthy.
Pass Without Trace.
Dirty 20 for Soren and a 22 for Coterie.
What about our little animal friend?
Carried by. I'm gonna go with Soren, unless anyone of the party wants to be carrying.
Zero, take the mouse.
Is that Helvetia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know
we
where
still have
Nop is
Nop,
right now.
too.
Yep.
We still have Nop. How'd Nop roll?
Of course we. Oh, Nop is really is a stealth killer.
Oh, it's true.
And the size of a motorcycle, if not much bigger.
That's also true.
Yeah, but he's half saber-toothed, and he has he has pluses to his stealth. I'll find his page and roll for him. But
And is he
I'm
full
not
size right
worried.
now?
Yeah.
Is he what?
Just walking around in the city with the giant
Listen,
saber
technically
dinosaur
also-
plodding along
Also,
behind.
displacer beasts
Padding.
are large, but they displace.
True.
Yeah, he has a +6 to stealth.
Dang.
Nice. So
that's
a +16
terrifying.
with Pass Without Trace.
That's actually wild. Yeah, that's creepy.
He's gonna prowl and pounce.
Can
Keen
follow
smell.
Zito by scent.
on the walls.
That's also
Pounce.
terrifying.
He actually can. Yeah. Oh, while Zito's invisible, you get
Yeah.
stalking Nop in the background.
Well,
Terrifying.
So are we going? Where you're taking us to who, Robin?
So that's a 12 + 6 is 18 plus pass without, so 28 for
Nice.
Nop as well, and he's not even invisible.
Robin's gonna look up at Sika and she's gonna be like, well, I met the guy that is kind of in charge of like a bit of the underground and things like that. And I got something for him. But Whalley is kind of like the person that's in the charge in between, and who I'm supposed to report to. So I think if I go to Whalley, I can trade the thing that I found for him for safe passage past all of these guards.
You can't
Sure.
see me glaring at you right now, so I'm letting you know that I'm glaring at you right now.
What was that wind?
Turning the
Picks
corner.
up Robin. Just to glare, and then puts her back down.
turning the
She's
corner.
gonna have nightmares of just random. She's like the little sister who's just ready to like something's gonna
Ready to
pop
bolt.
out and grab her at any moment.
Oh man.
She's like randomly like
turning the corner, you see your destination. The same gallery where the bidding was done in the auction of the ice sculpture. Only Robin has been here before. It has transformed, and many of the windows are fortified, not just barricaded, on both sides of the street. And you can see roughly, hang on, 31 very muscly, I don't want to call them adventurers, but they're Bowman's adventurers. They go on adventures.
Other adventuring parties similar to our own.
The biggest of which, surprisingly, is Guildshot.
Hey.
Who's going to lean out to see who's coming around the corner and sees Sika and Robin and
do they see us?
Well, you guys are stealthed up, so you can see all of this taking place from around kind of this kind of upper hill. So you've got a lot of different vantage points to move up on as you're turning that corner. Guildshot is kind of coming out, kind of leaning, having to duck under the doorway as it's locked behind him, and he kind of is peering about, moves across, and ruffages through some of the crates that are stacked, pulls out a fruit of some kind, eats it like in 2 bites, and then just looks very stressed. Everyone else giving him a lot of room, and these are big tough people, many scars, and surprisingly a lot of them are older, like into their adulthood. These are people who have been muscle for a while.
What is his disposition? I asked because last time we saw him, he was the one escorting the Leshen, and then suddenly he no longer had the Leshen. So what's his vibe now?
From what you can tell, go ahead.
Oh, and I have notes that is like he's going to go and try and revive Pollock. There's something he's more afraid of, and it's the fact that Lady Pardon is in league with the elves.
Yeah.
So he was against Lady Pardon's.
Lady Elsro.
He's
Lady Elsro's.
Still wearing the garb, but you can see that he's torn the cloth down the center where the logo of his, kingdom used to lay.
Oh, he stripped like the sigil.
Yeah, the sigil has been torn. He's torn it.
Okay. So he's free agent now, sort of ish thing, feels like.
He knew to go to Bowman.
Bowman. Robin's gonna turn around and look at the group and be like, okay, so Guildshot's there. I don't really know exactly who else to talk to and sneak in, but I might go ask him if he knows what's up or what's going on with Bowman.
I could go intimidate him again.
You're invisible, nobody can see you.
I'll go
I can
pick
go
him
with
up
you.
too.
Whoever wants to come is charismatic, not you. Points to invisible thing. Zito is over there. But probably go ask questions here. Maybe not the place for intimidation. Great idea. Great. She's like finger gunning as she's walking backwards. It was like,
He's gonna go.
Will be watching you. I'm gonna pick up Soren so he's invisible too.
You pick up Soren, and Soren looked like he was going to head with Robin, and you scooped him up, and he goes, "Wow."
Yeah,
Just
I'm having fun with this too.
traumatize him again.
Before we get closer, Sika's gonna be in a whisper with Robin back. So what are we gonna ask him? Because things seem a bit tense right now.
Yes, I'm gonna ask him if he knows where Whalley is so I can have a meeting with her because I have to report to her, and I'm hoping she holds enough ground to have him send us to where she is.
Okay.
Like, we have a
What-
meeting with the bowman.
Is there
And if
anything
he's-
you want me to try and ask?
Do you want to be in like a new recruit?
You should
He
not
knows
want
me.
to be a new recruit.
He knows. I know.
There's just you
Longshot
guys
knows
feel
you. I'm
breath
not for
very
Bowman.
close to your faces.
Oh, from Bowman? No. Well, no, I don't want to be in there. I don't think I can pull that off. So,
Okay.
I'm too fabulous.
That's. She like looks at her own clothes. Fair. I have no specific questions that you want to ask, but if you want to ask him something, you can.
Okay, I'll just support you as best as I can, and just like make it seem like we're unified. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Someone should ask him how he sleeps at night.
I will.
Just win.
Where?
You know, you just feel like a pat on your head. Stop.
Robin's
worry.
gonna like casually stealth through the crowd over to nuzzle up to Gilchad.
And Patrick just leans down into Zito's ear and just says, "Don't worry, if I don't like him, I'll just blow him up."
This pleases me.
Gilchad is standing there, squints for a second, goes to walk.
Hey.
A lot of some people kind of turn and then he goes, well met.
Well met. I need to talk to Whalley. Do you know where she is?
She's inside. He's gonna look around.
I have other people to see her with me.
Okay.
We went to go get stuff, so.
It's best I come with.
Okay. She's gonna like look back, like if Zito is here, she's looking the other direction. Come on. Probably to Cody, because I think Coterie is still back there. I think she's the only visible one right now, so I'm like gesturing for her to
She steps in,
come join us.
very cool, very disapproving of of everyone around, but not saying, you know what I mean, got the cool and collected vibes.
Robin inside, like her little head and heart, she's like, Cody's gonna think I'm cool. Cody's gonna think I'm cool.
You guys are ushered in, and Gilchad is still looking around without saying anything. But
What's going on? Are you okay?
where's the big one? He says with really wild eyes.
Oh, don't worry about it.
He's gonna open the door and lean in. Ollie, if you have a minute. I do. Let him in. I remember you.
I remember you.
Who's your friends?
I will actually let them introduce themselves. This is Whalley. This is, and I will point to Shika and Coterie, the only two that can be seen.
Shika is going to rustle up a bow of purchases and be like, I am Shika. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Cody. Last we talked, you were heading into the woods to see what you could do to impress Bowman.
I was. And he told me that gold lied beyond the trees, and I have definitely found gold. But I am not looking for simple monetary compensation for what I have found.
In Thieves' Cant, she says, inquires as to the magical item, but it's twisted a bit to imply place. As she responds, "We've been known to make arrangements."
Wonderful. She's asking me where I found the thing.
That you found, implying that you found what you went out to find, which was the golden dandelions.
Yes. I'll respond. I'll just give like the little like, yep. This is yes, this is no. So she's just like, yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Then I look forward to speaking with you or speaking with Bo, whichever one is needed to help me in this situation.
Given the circumstances, you may speak with me. I will
ensure
Bowman's best interests at heart.
Inside check.
Go ahead.
19.
Yeah, Bowman's dead.
Oh.
You note the smaller garments that he was adorned with now are on upon Whalley.
Oh. Okay. Great. Cool. She's gonna go down and she's going to pull out her golden thread. She's going to place it on the table.
She takes out a diamond and puts it to one tip. Looks at the rest of looks about the room for a minute. Goldshot just kind of like leans in to watch, and brings out this pine tar and scrapes it along the desk, puts it to it, and it tangles horribly. And she goes, "That's quite a lot. Most people only come back with flowers."
Interesting. I will give this to you for two things. One, what do you know of it? Because I've been trying to figure out some things of what I know of it, what I think of it, and two, to get out of here.
Really quickly, while this is happening, one, because we didn't get to ask, was there a way for Zito and I to also walk in during the moment, or would the door have been closed immediately?
It would have been closed. You can try.
I thought I brought the whole team in with me.
Well, the team that's invisible.
I was gesturing at Cody, but
Gotcha.
Well, yeah,
but he said sideways. We thought it was.
Ben kept saying Zito was like speaking right here, so I assumed you guys were directly behind us this entire time.
Oh, that was when you and Sicko were like whispering to each other.
If you guys would like to go in, let's roll stealth.
Cool, great, yeah. I think they would not want this conversation to just be happening, because the whole point is just stay together.
Add advantage.
If anything,
brain,
Zito would try to find like a
directly behind
window on
me.
the side.
I got you.
Because you said you were watching us, but then when I started talking to him, then Zito said another thing. So I was like, oh, he came on. Okay.
Gotcha.
That's my bad.
Well, and if Zito wants to not go inside, Kazric is small enough to do his own thing. He's super stealthy too. If that's necessary. Even though with you said at advantage.
Yeah,
we're invisible.
Yeah, great. And with the pass battle, Trace 30.
Wunderbar.
17, 18, 28.
Very nice. You guys have managed to get into the room as well. Between you and Guildshad, that when he leans forward, you have to like kind of get out of the way of the horns.
I'm like holding Soren out like ducking down.
You seen the illusion where they like make the ball look like it's staying in place? You like Soren and he just tumbles as a satyr.
With that though, even though this is rogue stuff, and he's definitely not a rogue, he is one who gets around, and not gets around, but like is more in tune with people who aren't like necessarily like noble shit. I'm just looking for any discrepancies that Kazric can find, or more so like if there's like someone trying to come up behind Robin and gank her, things of that nature, just being a lookout.
Sure.
I would probably also just
Nod to the fact that he's torn off the house thorn. Nod to that and make sure Soren sees it.
He nods. We can definitely get you out.
Wonderful.
I'm willing to pay handedly for this, but it has to be now
Okay.
because we're all getting out.
Okay. That's fine.
This is a manifestation that is unique from the crystals.
Of the crystals.
It's in the same way that the crystals are a manifestation of the pain found where gods have died, or some other large breaking or cracking of the pain. Many souls leaving. That is how these crystals are farmed. On an island known as the Sunken Isle, were these dandelions. From what we can tell, the god there was a mere celestial. The protectorate of the island had very few worshippers. And it wasn't that the god had died. It was that they seemed to die twice.
What do you mean they died twice?
I don't have the information. That's all I know that's been passed from ear to ear.
What was the god's name?
Harmony.
Have I heard of that one?
In the island of Pardon, there is a common cuss. Harmony's haunches. But it is
Okay.
very colloquial and
By the ass of God.
Harmony
Okay.
was a golden buck.
Oh.
Had gravitational magics. I know not the story, but rumors of a second coming or reborn in some way, and then they also died. Whatever entity that was. So she doesn't seem to know about investiture at all.
Gotcha. And
But-
these...
We
the
got
dan-
investiture for bingo for the first time in a long time. Continue.
And this... So these flowers grew where gods died? Or just on that island?
That's the correlation we made.
That they grew where gods died.
That they grew where gods died? is the
Crystals are
correlation?
where from gods died.
Crystals are
This
from where-
is from where a god died twice. That's as far as we're able to determine. When enough souls leave the pain at one time, the pain breaks a little and then heals. But if a lot leave, or if something very powerful, it's a big break. And that's when the
Those big-
rules of time start getting bullshitty. And that's why a crystal can think to itself, it's not able to think, but if it were to say to itself, this individual was whole, why isn't it whole now? And bridge that illogic. It's all about, I don't know much about it, but it's all about how we here are forced in the present, but not in the astral, something like that.
Okay.
Zito, I'm totally stealing this. Shout out to Bill in chat. Zito, you would feel like a pressure on top of your head, but not like a lot of pressure, but just like you feel like something like plop upon it, and then you feel like literally writing as he is writing in his notebook.
Also invisible because you're holding it.
Yes,
Ink's invisible because the book's holding it.
It's a very common thing in the military because we have to sign a lot of stuff all the time. It's super common to just turn to your left and the person to just be like, gotcha, and then turn their back so you can sign on their back. So Zito would be like, yeah. Never.
I'm counting that from military.
That's amazing. I love that.
Nice.
I hope
Zito would be like, nobody's ever used the top of my head for this, but.
The golden thread itself makes a correlation from one thing to another as determined by harmony. Who is dead? That's the theory.
Oh.
And people, the aristocracy, pay top dollar to have massive lengths of this stuff, hang it up and try to divine whatever they can from how it lay.
Interesting. Thank you. That's
Yes.
been a lot of good information.
Here is 209 gold. She says, raising an eyebrow.
Uh-huh. Yep. Thank you. Very much.
Feel free to prepare yourself however you will. We'll be heading out within the hour. She gets up, and that's when you see that she has now a artificed fake leg that was not there when you last saw them. And she gets up and she and adjusts a spring, and then says, "Anything else?"
You said the god's name that died twice was Harmony? And their name never changed?
Surely it would have. These things tend to mean second testaments, new books, but I don't know if the people of the time kept many records.
Where can we meet you for, you said in an hour. Where can we meet you when it's
Here.
time to leave? Okay. Sick is lost in his thoughts at the moment, hearing these few things. So he's trying his best to maintain a composure in front of Holly. But yeah.
Robin's gonna look to Coterie and be like, "You okay? Do you need anything before we leave?"
No, I plan to make my way across that bridge and say goodbye. I want to go see. I think I'll start with the Lavender Hills. I heard they're nice.
Okay.
Maybe the plains.
Well,
I don't have the name with me because I lost my notes back before we ever left Pardon to go to the jungle. They got destroyed in my computer issue.
You're good.
Do you remember the name of the boy who I was supposed to give the present to?
Give me a second. No.
What I was hoping to do was ask Holly if she knew this person or their family, and if I can leave this for them since we're leaving, as an act of me delivering it to them if they haven't been hurt.
I got you.
Also, just to say it out loud, just because I know when we do roleplay stuff, we kind of forget about things. Are we making sure that Zito and Kazric are included in the people who will need travel? Because she doesn't see us right now, so I just want to make sure she doesn't think it's just 3, and it's actually 5.
she said everyone's leaving. Like the
Well,
whole
she,
group.
again, she knows only her. I don't know if she knows us, so I just wanted to just make sure it was just mentioned to her, just in case everyone
can I-
doesn't extend to us.
Can I insight that she's moving the entire crowd of people that are waiting outside?
Sure.
16.
16. There's probably about to be a mass exodus of 200 or so people, including families.
Okay.
But it's gonna be attempted to be on the down low.
Okay. Okay. Then Robin's just gonna be like, great. We'll join you and everyone else when they all get back, and we're gonna grab the rest of our party members too.
After the initial shock of Guildshot jumping at the discovered presence of Zito, there's a bit of an hour that passes. Is there anything that we want to cover before we bolt?
This is my family thing, if it's possible within this hour.
We could talk on the way.
Okay.
Okay. You're muted.
When the hour passes, Zito will become visible again.
Okay. What surprises you guys? Go ahead.
I just stand behind Guildshot, turning invisible with a yawn and a stretch.
Rose very still.
Glad to see you made it.
Thank you. Goes for the handshake.
Oh, yeah.
Steps about 10 feet away. What surprises you guys, I think, the most is that the strategy is unusual. You guys all vacate through whether it's a hidden lock in the back of a room or a specific false floor. You soon realize as you're traveling down whatever tunnel this ends up being is that there's about 80 other tunnels traveling downwards, and quickly a cacophony of echoes and reverbs as you get down to some larger spaces, and there's everyone represented. Really, it's the family of the criminal, like, belly is as a whole, that, to your surprise, breaks up into many different little groups and strikes out in every direction. You come to find out that there isn't a exact known path to get to the mainland. Some people are taking to the woods. Most people are trying to get off island. And there's no... Because the bridge ends at the walls. Unless you want to skirt along the walls and the surface, they don't have a place to pop up to get on the bridge. You see some people have scrolls or potions of water breathing, and they're going to try to find a way to get into the ocean, and then maybe they can get up one of the pillars. But you find yourselves in this mass exodus, and that's terrible, Jeff. You note that Whalley, with Cameron, is quickly fading away down one of the tunnels, as that's the extent of her knowledge, and she doesn't want to, like, get in a fight with your party. And in about 5 minutes time, you realize this place will be empty, and many people are gonna die. Many people are going to gamble. They're picking many different directions and going for it. There are some bigger groups, there are some smaller groups, but mostly it's bands of 5 or 6.
Robin's gonna sidle up to one of the parties that she sees prepping the water breathing potions. And she's just gonna kind of waddle her way in. Just be like, "Hi, how many of those do you guys think you have? Could you possibly spare a few
Roll
extra?"
persuasion.
Okey-dokey. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. They look at each other. Look at you. We've got 1 extra.
Thank you. Do you know if there's anywhere that I could maybe get a couple more?
You could try looting.
Wait,
Patrick just
Is Guildshot still?
So you notice that Guildshot did not come down.
How far are we down?
It took... I mean, in feet, you're probably 100 feet off the ground. Or, sorry, 100 feet sub floor.
Right. How long did it take us to get down here?
Not too long. Couple of minutes.
Guildshot didn't come down here. Did any soldier?
Yes. Many of them purposely splitting themselves up to go with different groups so that at least someone had a sword.
Did Guildshot say why or why not?
Guildshot didn't know about this, and he's doing other stuff up there. Make a history check or an insight check.
Oh, am I good at either of them? All right, yeah, I got decent. Well, it's not decent.
You
but
should
it's
still
better than
have-
-1 for history.
You should have advantage on history from Get My Bardic Inspiration.
Do I want advantage and -1, or do I want +2?
Waddle it, be.
I'm taking the advantage. Okay, that's 16 -1, 15 history.
Okay. You think maybe he had a list of grudges.
Okay.
It was giving list of grudges.
What I'm trying to understand as Zito, like I get going to the gate and trying to get them to open the gate. Is it a little bit of chaos, at least? But currently, nobody knows the correct or safe way off of this island.
They know routes into the island forests and mountains.
I'm looking for routes off the island.
We also are going west, correct?
Yes. No, you're going east.
No, east.
Are we going to the
We're
Sunken
going
Isle?
bridge.
I know we're going to the bridge.
The
but where we
Sunken
ultimately-
is
No, Sunken
far
Isle's, super
south.
Okay. We were going somewhere though, a different place.
Cairn. The
Cairn!
You guys were going to the big city
Capital
of Cairn.
city.
At least you
Kinda like the
spoke
main
at one point
concentration
of.
area.
There's also the bridge itself. So you could risk a long travel, or you could risk the ocean.
I say we do water breathing and we try and do the find a way up, swim up, and then go up a pillar. I think that makes the most sense.
There is also
to
Locke on the
Robin.
bridge if you guys want to bring him back along.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and there's the druid Marin guy.
Yes, absolutely. And there's the opinion that you are the heroes of the bridge and have yet another reward coming down along the line for being so amazing.
But definitely want to stop on the bridge.
Oh. Listen.
I am all for following orders, and I will do so. But I don't know if I like the idea of taking the chance on something we don't know about versus, well, we could just force them to open the gate. Or two, there are at least two people in this party who have, on multiple occasions, offered teleportation services. We are friends of the Lord of the Bridge.
It hasn't been that long. You guys could catch up with. You won't be able to teleport to the bridge. You don't know the teleportation circles.
Do we know
Now
a
that I
door?
think about it.
Do we know a door?
I do know a door, but we got to be within range.
Yeah. So the thing with the door would be, I'm assuming I had to walk out of a door after being on our lovely conveyor thing. So as long as there is one within my range from there, then of course I can always try, and see that.
Didn't Hamian have a teleportation circle, or am I making that up?
Inside the Obsidian Keep.
No, I mean Hamian, the alchemist that I met.
Oh,
Hamian.
Didn't he have one?
Did have a teleportation circle.
So
I
that
can
is
ask
the
for-
potential if we can get that way. Thank God for notes.
you actually just have a great. I can also ask for Heather to let him know we've solved the situation on Pardon.
And Heathrow can vouch for you because he was there for the fight with Robin. I don't know if you ever saw Robin, but yes, did see
No,
Robin
he did
at one
because
point.
Robin
Yeah, he
tied
did.
that
Yeah.
one guy's shoes together and stole his
We
book.
talked and
Yeah.
everything.
But
So-
you could vouch for essentially saving the lands of Whistland from an elven invasion.
My vote would be for that because it seems very on par with our current truthful situation, and I don't think there'll have to be any lies. But I will go with whatever you guys decide.
There's also the fact that Soren and I are soldiers of the Thorn.
So should we just go up to the door and knock, and then hope someone kindly answers?
I'd rather take Scylla than Charybdis.
I'd rather understand than not understand what that means.
It's a Greek myth. In between Scylla and Charybdis, they're two sea monsters, and it's just choosing which evil you want
Rock and
to
hard
kill
place.
you. Yeah,
Catch
but in this
22.
context, Zito is aware of what Scylla is and unaware
Oh,
of what
I-
Charybdis is.
Okay, now that you put Scylla to, I know what Scylla is. I know that one. I'd say we just go up to the door at this point.
We have to make a decision because we are definitely getting decision paralysis. So we go where?
To the
We
door.
go to break number 2.
I don't.
We can.
I was like, I don't know what
We
break
got a
number
bit
2
time
means.
before break number 2, actually.
Oh, okay.
We're good. We good.
It's all tricky options. I think is the issue at hand. So
100%. Yeah.
I think diplomacy at this point would be great.
I'm gonna look down at Robin and go, Robin, we've trusted you to this point, and you do have a sometimes annoying habit of continuing to exist within close doesn't matter. Listen, we followed you here. We've trusted you to this point. If you trust the underbelly of this city, which I would like to point out is most of the city,
Yeah.
do you want to follow them from here, or would you rather us go up and potentially have to fight our way through the city?
We don't know which tunnel is which. I feel like it would just take time for us to figure it out. Worst case scenario, we ran into a beastie or some other jerks, which we have historically been able to take care of, no problem. Or we can go face an entire army standing in front of a door.
Soren
see if they'll
pipes
let us
up.
out.
Soren pipes up. Robin has a good idea because it's gonna get real bad up there, I think, real soon. He says from on top of.
That's why I'm saying it
Zito.
sarcastically, Soren.
This is for sure just a me thing, but I do not feel enough to know whether one of those options is genuinely worse. One is slower but less fighting, and both of those things seem kind of sad to me. The other one is quicker but an entire army, and both of those things do seem exciting to me. However, I have learned that fighting an entire army does not also intrigue other people.
No.
I would not like to
Right.
fight the army if they decide that we cannot get out and they don't want us to get out.
So it sounds like we're gonna go underneath. We do have to still grab Locke, 'cause we can't leave him here. But then
Fine.
we do that.
Lead the way, Robin, and I will grumble quietly to myself about my inability to fight an entire army right now.
Robin is gonna hand the water breathing potion to Kazric and be like, "Can you make enough of this for everybody?"
He looks at that rudimentary one and goes, "Yeah, again."
Sweet.
Shocking merchandise.
This was actually 7 big ones that they divvied up. It's watered down. It's not great.
Water breathing's watered
I
down.
don't understand. Great. Cool.
I asked for Dr. Pepper, not Mr. Pibb.
So, Kazric gets to cooking.
Yes, sure.
And after let's get a group survival check.
Ooh, I'm good at these.
Ooh, I'm okay at these.
24.
I am not okay.
I can
at
roll at these.
these.
It's
Hey,
my PC.
18 on the die. 19.
Hey. Nice.
AV plus 7.
I again can roll at these. 15.
15. You can orient yourselves working together in the direction you believe is optimal for trying to find a passage to pop up in the ocean near one of the bridge pillars. So you have optimized odds.
Do I smell salt?
Yes, you you for months now, because you walked the bridge over the ocean to go to a coastal island, and now you're gonna go under the ocean.
Right.
So we'll be coming to make sure my brain's on the right path with you. So we're going to be coming from underground and going into the ocean to then go through the ocean and go up.
Mm-hmm.
At 100 feet distance between where we're coming out of and the ocean.
You don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that was mentioned.
We're
Sorry.
just starting at 100 feet underground right now.
You're about
we don't know
to-
if the tunnels will go down or up.
Delve into these tunnels
And while Kazric makes potions, I'm just going to sit crisscross applesauce talking to Soren. It's like, you don't understand. It doesn't really matter about the numbers of the enemy. Once you get to 8 or 9 people, that's really all that can get within reach of me at any one time anyway. So the question isn't, can I fight an entire army? It's, can I fight an entire wave, an entire army's worth of waves of 8 or 9 people at a time.
And I understand that you can do that. But it doesn't mean there won't also be losses that we cannot risk.
Well, if you all hid in a bag, perhaps, and I carried you, no.
Though I would love to see art of essentially any kind of still shot of just a city street and Zito carrying the whole party invisibly.
Or or one where you guys are all behind a wall and I'm fully surrounded by like 8 men, and I go, "See, only 8 can get to me at one time."
How long does it take Kazric to make the bomb potion?
Well, that's a question that I was about to ask our good old pal GM, because technically per wording it takes 10 minutes per one potion. Is there any way I can expedite? And you would see Kazri just like sitting down, like grabbing things. He's just like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna grab, and then we're just gonna put this in here, and can I have that? And he like takes that bottle, like sniffs it, goes, and puts that in there as well. Hey, you might as well just reduce, reuse, recycle. But yeah, so the question is, with Reggie helping, well, he always helps, but like, is there a way I can expedite? 'Cause I know time is of the essence.
I would. Good meme. I would. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean,
sorry.
I have rules in my guide to crafting on how to make a potion of water
Send it.
breathing.
It's only the only reason I'm not going to worry about it is because this has its own mechanics.
I got you.
With
Alchemist.
it. So I hear that and I appreciate that. We just need to talk about that out of here.
Right. It's pretty.
If I'm.
What if we?
Yep.
What if we made it take 15 minutes and you taught us what to do? And then we forgot it all.
The party is able to set off while you do this, because we're not immediately reaching the ocean point. So, you do your best to quickly make these pots up, but you're able to do so pretty quickly.
I was also going to say he realizes that, you know, there's an other element to certain gloves that he has, because he's been using them from stuff, and he goes, oh wait, takes gloves off as they become extra hands to start
Perfect.
doing
Have an inspo.
I'm asking for the time because there's a spell I want to do that takes time.
Sure.
And that's, I was just wondering.
Okay. While the party is setting out and moving across the place,
2 of you.
do you need to do it like on the floor? Or can you
I'm
do
just
it?
going to be sitting down.
Okay. After a few moments, you guys stop at a fork. Let's get a survival check from one party member. Well, except for Sika. Sika sits down to prepare this spell.
And Gazer.
I'll do it.
And Kazir.
Okay. I have +8 to my survival.
Oh, yeah. I have a +7, so either one. I got a 17.
Loser.
You can have the next one.
Okay.
Sicker-
I am going to summon Darko before we start going down the path so that he can be running down different tunnels.
Ooh, perfect. Have advantage. Nope, sorry. Zito rolled. Is going to scout out, and you can keep track by the billowing smoke that crawls up the tunnel as you guys prepare to descend.
Digger's going to look to Robin.
Nop could help me.
And be, Robin,
Not
do you have any more of that golden thread that I can hold on to for a quick second?
I don't. I only had the one. I think Kazric has some though. Yeah.
The light illuminates the dark tunnel that you're in.
Does
Okay.
it use it up? Because I'm going to need it for later. But
Nope, I will not use it up.
Great.
So Sika's gonna hold it. He's gonna sit down, and he's just gonna start thinking of the conversation that they had with Whalley, and he's gonna start thinking about harmony, and he's gonna be the dandelions, and he's like, "Oh, can I borrow a dandelion, Robin?"
Sure. She reaches into her little pouch, pulls out a seed, and just, I wish you'd grow. And
Robin made a
she
wish.
crafts. Here you go.
He'll take it, and then he's holding them side by side. And then what you guys, seeing Sika, would just see him just go into a calm meditative state. But he is thinking constantly of like his interactions with Raiden, his spells being altered with the symbols of gods, and then he's remembering the name Varian, the archway, and then just it's like what you guys then would hear out of his mouth is like kind of how when Feff did his voice in the thing, you would hear his voice reverberate harmony as he casts Legends lore.
Nice. Specifically for legend lore, read me, because I was thinking it was a different one. What's the limitations of legend lore?
Let me just read you the spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Name or describe a famous person, place, or object. This spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about that famous thing, as described by the DM. The lore might consist of important details, assuming revelations, or even secret lore that has never been widely known.
Okay.
And then the more information you already know about the thing, the more precise and detailed information you receive is. The information is accurate, but might be couched in figurative language or poetry as determined by the DM. And then it's just if there's a failure, then it's a failure noise.
And you're casting this on both items?
I'm using them as a I'm using them as like a, because I know that this came from gods through the pains, and the things came from
Can you twin cast?
Yes.
You'll have to twin cast.
Okay.
Two different things. You learn that the flower belongs to Harmony, but the golden thread belongs to Terra. You draw arcane revelation that there is a faction that still worships and follows Terra, and they are included and they are linked to the ghost that was the shepherd of that field. Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Ghost is related to Harmony or Terra?
The ghost is Terra. Terra came from Harmony.
Terra came from Harmony.
Yeah. Terra was the
second incarnation.
Yes.
The one that died again.
Yeah, was formed to replace by themselves.
So Harmony first, and then Terra.
Yeah.
Okay. So beautiful. Okay. Cool. I like.
What'd you get, Zito?
On survival? 17.
17.
Oh, with help? 22.
22. Okay. It's been roughly an hour, and Nop comes back just soaking wet from the right passage.
That's a good boy. I know. All right, let's go this way.
Marking up, Nop is a very good boy off my bingo card.
And Zito likes animals.
That's a bingo.
It surely is.
Kazric, you finish your preparations, and Sika, your mind skips back into its regular rhythm as the spell wears off.
Perfect. Sika will then return the items to Kazric and Robin.
You see, like, Reggie catches it and then, like, stows it in his bag for him as Kazric is finishing up these small vials of the stuff. But he realizes, he's like, starts counting and realizing there's so many more. All right, split it more.
Robin like looks at her golden dandelion, looks at Reggie, looks at golden dandelion. She'll just put it on her head for now. She'll just put it into there. Reggie's busy
So
making
center
potions.
point of light.
And that's also probably a moment that she'll just be like, "Oh, Zito, I found this for you," and pulls out the very obvious hammer that's been on her back.
Oh, wow. You shouldn't have. Where, oh, where did you get this from?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm glad you like it.
Also, can't you just turn into like a seahorse or something?
Yeah, I don't need one of the potions.
Disgruntled goblin noises from one corner of the room.
If you have ever seen Lego Movie, this is Benny being told we don't need a spaceship.
You guys do. I just don't.
I'll be fine.
No, you're using it now.
Water has
Don't
tried
waste
to
your
kill me.
resources.
You're using a water.
After about another mile or so, you guys do find a open pool on the ground of the seafloor. You have descending into it will eventually give you access to the ocean. You know,
Is it
assuming
dark?
everything goes well. Yes, the glow of the dandelion is allowing you to see in this dark cave.
I'll make sure it's not.
Oh, that's right. Cito doesn't have dark vision. Robin.
You know how hard it is to go an
Cito's
entire D&D
squinting.
campaign without accidentally bumping into dark vision, and I haven't done it once.
Robin starts making a flower crown for Cito again, so he can see.
Before he goes head underwater, he's gonna bright sparks to see if anything's like in danger.
You watch as the tunnel, you spread the lights out and it's actually an expanse and a large space. You don't see the ends of it.
Ew,
The voice guy.
You do see particles moving by as if there's a current.
Sicker has traumatic flashbacks to being in a ruin full of particles and currents and all this other stuff. So he levitates.
Never again.
No.
Potion in hand.
Potion in hand, but just because he still wants to be safe, his water skin turns into an air balloon.
Oh, nice.
That's just a question. Did we happen to make enough for Robin to have a spare potion just
Yes.
in case? Great.
Yes. He's like, no,
Robin.
don't use your resources. I've done this thing. You're drinking it and you're liking it.
Okay. Because Robin said, I'm going to try seahorse. She's used both of her wild shapes. She's not able to transform into a seahorse.
Well, we've
we
done
haven't had-
a
we
lot, but
haven't
also
had a
not a lot.
rest.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Mechanic question. If someone, since people are still affected by my wings and they're Gosmere, are they able to use that to propel themselves underwater?
Technically, a flying speed is separate than a swim speed,
Yeah,
but
I would
with
say
your
you're not the right material.
But with potion of water breathing, your swim speed becomes equal to your walking speed, and if those wings are enhance your walking speed, that's the workaround. But
So cinematically, you may.
no. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you
Excellent.
guys
That was a lot
haven't
of
used them
words.
yet, I don't. You guys have 10 rounds of time once you activate them.
Cool.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I believe you all call them shots. And he like hands a potion to each person that's around. He's like, we don't need to just drink it. Actually, no, never mind. Takes them back. We'll take them when we need them. Do we need them now?
Looks
I've
at
just
the
been
looks at the
working-
water on the floor.
Are we at the water?
There's an open expanse of water, kind of like if you were to come up in a pocket, except there's a cave and you came out of that cave.
Gotcha. You go. Oh, never mind. And you give them back.
I think I could wait 3 minutes.
Are you gonna drink it under the water?
Can you drink underwater?
Soren,
That's what I want.
Soren looks at you and goes, "You concern me." He's gonna fall into the water.
Thank you, sir.
What happens to my fire fae elemental when he goes into the water?
It's just kind of this like small sizzling.
Bubbles.
Yeah, it's almost a jellyfish of little. You see little puppy hands, you know, they're coming out, but it's mostly just bubbles and bubbles and bubbles.
Okay.
Because,
A boiling water dog now.
because Zito can't see, he's gonna toss him an end of a rope to hold on to while they go through the darkness.
Okay.
Really quickly as well, because we did this in a different type of way. Do you want me to mark off a reagent dice for each person, or do you want to do like a D6 and go from there?
If I guess each person.
Okay. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Soren's 5.
Coterie does not need one,
Okay.
as
Is it
she
mouse?
polymorphs into. Yeah, Helivethea would polymorph into a swimming creature.
Okay, then she's good.
Yeah.
Nop.
Knob.
Oh.
Okay. All right. It's a lot of resources for that, so that's what I'm checking. Okay, great. Then that's 6. Until we long rest, I will not have a lot of reagent dice, folks. All right.
Expensive
I am.
risk, but ensuring the.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying out loud that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't need it for a lot of things, but special things should be fine. All right. I'm at 4 out of 15. Put it like that. Great. Yep. And as he takes his, he stares directly at Zito. This is a mother scolding a child for not finishing their beans on the plate.
Starts the timer, staring.
If you guys,
Zito just fine. Lets out like a really deep breath that he was holding. Fine.
Thank you. Let me jump in.
Okay. Seka, you going in as well? You ready to go?
yeah, so he's going in. He's also thinking that in case there's danger, because he hates the fact we're going to a giant open place of water with my mother seeing everything. He is mentally preparing to be able to have enough breath to cast Tiny Hut if we need to be safe.
Okay. Interesting. The party lowers themselves, swimming into the darkness, setting out in the direction they believe is correct. Some of the party members and some of the NPCs swimming along is Barracuda, kind of moving through the space, guiding Zito sometimes when it comes to like the darkness, which is a little disturbing because Barracudas.
Can't see him. Doesn't matter.
It's a lot of really big open cavities in the stone of the earth, and then a bit of the current pushes you one direction and move along the side. Then it gets really, really cold, and you know you've made it to the ocean, and the party begins swimming up out of a kind of a ledge, out from under a ledge. And as you clear that, you can see a little bit of the darkness getting brighter around you, and you turn and look to the side, and you see so many Warforged. We'll be right back. And we're back. So, off to your immediate right, you watch as multiple pale eyes of artifice and metal and magic turn to peer at you all. They don't immediately attack, but they seem to be... Roll a perception check. Sorry.
Right?
All of us?
Perception check, everybody.
Okay, Slay.
9.
Did you roll
11.
Okay.
Natural one.
Okay.
31.
31?
Jesus Christ! Can I have a little bit of that, brother?
Sicko,
You have no dark sight.
while everyone else notices the rank of soldiers at attention, you, Sika, notice the pillar where the bridge meets the island, and you can see many of the Warforged soldiers that belong to the elves, that are the forces of the elven nation that invades on the other side of the country. You see them working away at the pillar, doing something to it, whether it's applying debt charges, or in some places they're just chipping away at areas to open up fracture points to place debt charges in. They're preparing to cut this island off from they're preparing to attempt to.
Sika just mentally sighs looking at this, and realizes he has no way to talk to everyone about it, but he's going to kind of like gesture over to be able to identify the pillar in the distance so you all can see what he's seeing.
You can't talk underwater with the water breathing potion, right?
I don't
No.
think so. You can cast
Alright.
You can
spells.
talk, but nobody would understand you.
That
So
part,
you
yeah.
can
Yeah, and it's also not like you need to like watch your breath, watch your mouth, because you can breathe now, so you can open up. You just won't be really audible.
And try to mouth words.
Yeah.
ASO.
Yeah.
Welcome in, friends. Welcome in.
Can there be daylight?
So all I see is just that there are depth charges attached, and they're hacking away only at the one pillar.
The one you can see.
The one I can see. Love it.
Right.
I'm assuming there's probably gonna be more. But okay, cool. Go.
Excellent. Are we swimming out into the ocean, or are we gonna risk this more busy area?
Busy?
Yes.
Like with the Warforged?
This is still the front line of a soon-to-be battle.
So it's kind of like the Warforged, the front line of the army is around the pillar that we would climb up, or we can go try and find a pillar to climb up that does
Or you
not
can
have
swim out farther.
active people working on it. I vote swimming out farther.
I can't see.
You're on my rope. You're going where I
You're
go, buddy.
following the group. You're following the group.
It's just,
The
I
fish are
have my
keeping you
own Barbara
herded.
balloon.
It's Macy's Day Parade.
Just a giant. Hey guys, I have a contract.
I have a contract.
He's pulling a giant inflated ego on a string. That's all that it is.
Yeah,
Can
Sik would rather go with the group than go alone.
Can we swim upwards to
Mm-hmm.
see if we're able to get out of sight of the pole that they're working on?
You can swim
Like the
farther out
bottom of
until
it?
they disappear and then
No, like-
surface.
Upwards. Like, how far
Okay.
is surface of water? Can we see the surface of the water?
Not yet, though. It's getting brighter.
Okay, so I guess we could also just swim up and hope that they don't notice when we get on the pole. Ryder's good for Zito, so Robin will also, whatever she's doing, start in an upward
Okay.
direction.
Moving upward, the party comes across the first dragon.
Excuse you?
Riderless dragons, though they do have saddles, slither into sight from the darkness. just beginning to circle around one massive blue eye peering. Sorry, not blue. Incorrect. My apologies. Jeff, remember colors. Jeff.
Red and yellow and green
It could
and
be
brown.
red,
and
it could be
scarlet and-
brown, it could be violet sky.
We went totally different spots.
Let's go pink.
I went Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. You're welcome.
Let's go like a white
gray
pink.
Ooh, okay.
Like a very cool note. A very bereft of any warmth in the shade through this green.
What's it look like to me, Feff?
It takes a second, and then the eye.
I'd probably sense a massive life essence presence more than I see it.
So you turn just in time for it to come into view. You've got a couple of little bits of light source to work with a smaller area than everyone else has access to.
So it's like close to
It swims up and starts like moving around the party.
like a shark circling its prey.
Just watching you guys with an intelligent eye.
This dragon is?
Yeah. It
Okay,
literally
love that.
swims. You guys go farther up to where other people are making their moves.
Does it?
It has a saddle but no rider.
No rider. Okay. But we know that. Do the elves ride the dragons?
House riot.
Stereotypically, no.
Rides and-
The houses of Whistling, aside from House Fold, ride dragons.
No, that's a little easier
It's a
on the
little more
spirit.
normal for us to.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
I watched Game of Thrones. I know that storyline could change.
The bloodlines. We must read into the ancient texts.
Are we able to see on the saddle any like symbolic representation of what house it belongs to?
It's murky, but it flashes past. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It's not Thorn.
It's not Ryx. It's not.
It's not Ryx.
I have things written down.
I'm gonna beat you to it.
Are you?
Probably.
Okay.
Well,
Crap. Pine?
No, that's Elvin.
Crap.
All right, go into my obsidian.
No fair. I'm not there.
I think about the houses right now.
House Olkirk.
Nah, wouldn't have been in there.
We're same.
The strong
No.
right arm of House Thorn.
House old.
thought
Kirk
they
or
were all
old Kirk?
Olkirk. Olkirk. Second biggest house in the lands, has one less army than House Thorn, whom they are very close with. The strong right arm of House Thorn. Ben, Taylor, and Shane, I almost called you Sika. You guys once saw with different eyes this army do a mock battle in front of the Elven embassy as a show of power.
Oh yeah.
These are the dude bros. These are
Oh
the.
my god.
Also, Philo had that guy's head.
For anyone doing bingo, that's a callback to past season.
Yeah. Did you mention your contract?
No.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Sika did.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, but it has to be Zito. We got rated. Okay. I'm so close to 2 bingos, but they're not gonna happen.
Could I flash something of House Thorn? A symbol?
You have Magebreaker symbols.
But I mean that's a matter, so I don't want to say anything.
You flashing that?
I mean, if Magebreaker is a
It's a
section
good
of,
same team indicator.
Yeah, I'll flash the Magebreakers thing.
Okay.
The eye shifts to it, incites the party. Terrible roll. High insight, but terrible roll for a 6. And begins to wrap a leathery wing around the party, bringing them close before slithering onward.
Well,
It gets
temptation to think on scale right now. So I'm not gonna do it, but I want it so bad.
Is there anything loose?
I would need a medicine check first to do this in as either finding a chafing point for the straps, or you're good. Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, Kazra can go for it. Dude, Kazra can see Robin like thinking about it, and she's like looking, and then she's like,
Listen, dragon scale power.
yeah.
There's a couple twists and tumbles. It feels a little bit like you're in a sack roller coaster.
We're doing this. This is my character.
You do your best to shimmy yourself to the saddle straps. Look for the chafing, because look for signs of damage and points of maybe pain, or what do you get on that message?
Natural 20 for a 26.
Now you'll have to, now that you've located the most optimal, perfect spot where there is a wound trailing blood, you wait for the wound as it's having to slither along like a snake because we're underwater. You watch that wound flex and weave and yawn, and you wait for a turn, and you sleight of hand. DC, I'll say 12.
Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared.
Yeah, you know the DC.
It makes it worse. What are you? Okay. 17.
Okay.
Nice.
You're moving with the rhythm, and you just kind of softly, like, back and forth pull that thing out.
What color is this dragon?
It is, we're gonna say pink.
Pink.
It is a whitish pinkish, cool note, not warm.
Okay, and I'll just note that. Cooler in tone. And with that, Kazak's just gonna like, ooh, and he's just gonna go into shiny mode as I have to dip.
No worries. You begin experimenting. Have a good one, buddy.
Is
Bye,
it
buddy.
like chromatic or a metal dragon?
Chromatic.
Okay.
Almost nailed it. Gotta switch. Y'all. There we go. Oh, no, gotta switch. Okay, there we go. So, it gets brighter and brighter. And you're moving much faster than you had intended. And you realize the dragon has left behind the barracudas. But soon,
Whoops.
the
They're fine.
after about 10 or so minutes, you sense that you break the surface tension of the ocean, and the wing unfurls, and you find yourselves by another pillar and many boats. And the rail that's along the bottom of the bridge that you guys took to get here has been completed, and many of these boats are using it to tether to and slide along the length of the bridge to go at speed.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
It is.
Do any of us get the bends?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, I thought of that. You were at the base of the island, and while it was still very dark, you weren't so far down that you would have died.
And when Robin swam up, I was like swimming up, not like
as was
up.
the dragon. So, go ahead.
Oh, okay. The bends only happens when you're breathing. But since we were water breathing, it
Pressurized air.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, bends comes from pressurized air. It doesn't come from the other stuff.
Cool.
I thought it was just a pressure thing, but it's the pressure of breathing in
Of the
versus
air.
pressure out and all that.
Yeah.
So since we're breathing water, it wouldn't affect us.
That's cool.
Hell
Science.
yeah. The party finds themselves under the watchful eye of many as people from the various boats kind of look over. They don't seem alarmed at the presence of the dragon. And you can see many of the flags of Olkirk and Thorn here. And these are armored vessels. These are basically mortar boats. They don't close or get to a point. So you pass the first wave of the boats that will be the first to break the lines. These are the artillery in the back. Someone looks and goes, "Lower one of the boats." And gentleman rows out to you guys. Hey, how's it going?
I'm wet.
Get on in.
Hi.
Been better.
Yeah, climb in.
Thank you.
Far be it for me to question a dragon's
loyalties.
loyalties. That's I don't know how you made a friend, but I'm sure that'd be a crazy story. Probably owed you a favor or something.
Sometimes it's just happenstance. But yeah, friends.
The dragon?
Yeah, that is
Oh, is that
kind of leans in.
is that not one of?
No, that's sorry. I'm coming up with garbage names on the fly.
No teeth.
No. Let's see. That's Seer, one of Olkirk's many dragons.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're absolutely stunning.
Are you in your mage armor, mage breaker garb, or to have any
Yeah.
open? Okay. He kind of looks to you, and Soren, and kind of goes, "Let's get everybody dried off, yeah? Warm? Yeah, let's go." And quickly the party is brought on board.
Oh. All right. I know I may not have the right to ask this, but who's in charge right now? There's something I gotta tell them.
That would be Lord Braylor.
Oh, great.
Oh my God. Where? Where are they?
We'll bring you to them.
Amazing. Oh, such hospitality.
The captains all, while they give orders and seem furtive, they don't. These are trained men. There's no swagger or boasting or moving or having to prove that they're the captain of the ship. Everyone is disciplined here, and it's not long before you're hoisted upward, moving through a kind of lift or an elevator that's inside one of these pillars up to a car, and you are quickly moved along the length of the bridge towards the primary city that the party started this campaign on.
If the guys down there on the boats were also military,
Mm-hmm.
There would be immediate side conversations the whole time between any one of them that found a little bit like a moment, and then me or Soren to just be like, "Yeah, what's your unit? Where you at? Oh yeah, no, I'm with the 133rd. We're over Mountain Brigade actually." And they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, you see any weird shit over there, brother? Let me tell you about some weird shit going on."
Hell yeah.
It'd be that every time. They'd be like, "Oh, what's your job? What do you do?"
So what's going on up there? What's going on at the front? What are we going into? What should we look out for?
Oh, I mean, it's mostly the below stuff. I can't see good in the dark, but someone at one point was like, "Hey, look at that," and I was like, "I would love to."
We were told to bring the trenchers.
They're in?
They're on their way.
I've always wanted to see a trencher.
You'll probably meet one where you're going.
That is exciting. We killed a Leshen.
Whoa, everyone just like kind of gathers around before someone's like, okay, all right. He's got to, they have to move. And then the officer kind of leans in and goes like, how long did it take though? He starts stalling a little bit.
Oh, I think it like 4 minutes. 4. It was around a while before.
Everyone's like,
we showed up.
fuck.
Yeah. It
That's
kept
a
coming
long
back
fight.
to life. I had to kill its soul.
What?
I
The officer goes,
Nothing.
mage breakers, and they all go, holy shit.
It's fun. Anyway, you guys stay safe down here.
All right, you get a point of inspiration, Ben. We ascend. Would you like to take a mundane route, or would you like to walk through a doorway somewhere dramatically sicka?
Dramatic.
Oh god damn it.
What
We're
kind of question
literally
is that?
already
Would you like
here.
to be boring? No.
Amazing. This is forever the party that just like shows up. We're in court somewhere all the time, and it's just like,
God damn it, they're here again. Oh, hello.
hey, Gizos, thank you so much.
Vito walks in. I am also upset that I am here.
A lieutenant that's with you guys watches you guys prepare to step through the arcane doorway while you're in that moving cab, and he goes, let's go.
No.
Are we taking it, or are we waiting? And
Oh, I'm going in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
okay, so let's go. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
I'm going in. I'm ready. to
Vito
get
would be
back
the
in.
last to go in and just go, God damn it. All right.
you and Nop. Nop
We
is very
both
much still with
head
us, and Darko.
Rock.
Heathrow, the Arcanist. Now that this building has been given new life, now that the reconstruction is over, it doesn't look finished, but it looks like there were other more important things to focus on right now. And the place is very, very busy, and I feel like I need to switch the music.
We're still on the boat, right?
No. You are now stepping into the castle of the bridge.
Okay.
Let's run this one. Oddly, this is what I'm most prepped for. Heathrow seems to be calling the shots right now, and you can see an illusory Lord Braylor that they are in conversation, and a lot of the immediate court of this castle are also involved with. Many of the guards like turn as you guys step in from stage right, and the officer kind of holds up his hands and goes, the mage breakers are here and ready to report. Lord Braylor.
That's us.
Lord Braylor
No.
turns and goes, the heroes of the bridge.
That
Well
is
timed.
All right.
Heathrow goes, she is the one I mentioned, and Sika's here. I should have known. I should have known it was a group of adventurers. This
is
explains
that
everything. Lord Braylor also turns and goes, this explains everything. Come be
Nothing
seated.
has been explained, actually.
Please, let us have an accounting. As Lord Braylor sits in on nothing, as he's basically Zoom calling in, and he you see him sway a bit as if he was on a ship of some kind, and he kind of leans forward and goes, "Come in, please." There is a table brought out, and you kind of feel like you're suddenly and very quickly in the middle of court, and the officer stands to attention next to the table, and he says, he kind of leans forward and goes, I'm on my way, but I need to get things in order as we do so. It is good to see you all again.
Good to see you as well. This version of you, I guess.
I hope your ventures came to fruition. We need not speak of them now, unless they might pertain to whatever you can do to help us retake the city.
Well, that is something I actually really wanted to tell someone, and thankfully they're the ones who said that you're here.
Hold on.
Who all is in this room? Just so, like
many very important people that you would have heard names of, and some of them are also Zoom called in.
Okay. I just want to make sure there's no
first lieutenants. There's no assistants.
The person who is the lowest in the room, aside from there are a few servants moving about, would be the officer that came with you guys. Now, you don't answer to most of these people. You turn to the officer.
Sir, you should leave.
Looks to one of the members of House Oldkirk at one of the other tables, who nods after looking to Lord Braylor, who nods. And he makes a quick salute and steps out. Clop, 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 clop.
Lady Elsro is dead. Holland is dead. Oh, what's the name of the people that were out there?
It's worse than we thought.
Oh, the Wild Hunt turned Hollick into a Leshen.
Your story checks out, he says to the House Ryx, who look very engaged in the conversation. They, of course, look different, gilded in much more sharper and I don't want to say flanged armor, but it's draconic looking by nature. Whereas everyone else is a bit more modern fantasy, not modern fantasy, but like high fantasy, plate mail and knights and stuff like that. They got swirls. They got swirls and jagged edges and teeth.
We were able to save Soren Ashfall. We were able to save Toril Ryx.
One of the members from House Ryx says, we received him. We have our absolute gratitude to offer you.
Sika in this moment is going to reach into his pocket and pull out a little silver sashed up bag that he made and walk it over to the person who just spoke, and this is his partner's remains.
hologram.
No, remember I took a vial of...
I meant the guy.
Oh.
What kind of remains is it again?
He was turned into soup. So,
the House Ryx goes, we can work with that.
Okay.
We will have him back in working shape soon.
And then he'll just place it down and then just sit back.
Lord Braylor holds up a hand and seems to argue with somebody. The sound does not pass through. Before he... Please continue.
There, Lady Elsro was working with the elves.
And a murmur shifts through, and people immediately start talking to each other, and your voice gets drowned out for a bit before Heathrow goes, nods to you.
Thank you. That is a past tense expression, as Lady Elsro is no longer working. However, that revelation came as a shock to many in her council. There's also an army of Warforged underneath the water. They work with the elves.
This we learned from a young man who came across the bridge some days past. Loch Ness Toke.
They're also currently doing something to the bridge.
This gets all of their attention. Impossible.
Well, I'm not to doubt your beliefs of probability, but they are. When we were coming out of the water, I managed to see multiple depth charges placed around the first pillar, and some more warforges trying to crack at it.
A few members go to rise as Lord Braylor says, the arcane fortification around the basin and the length and breadth of this bridge is not easily meddled with for
These
an
are elves.
investigation. You see a worried look come on his face.
Do you truly think that your magic, and this is nothing to insult your capabilities, could not be challenged by people of magic?
We are House Thorn. We do not take magic idly, he says to Heathrow, and Heathrow says, I will alert the college at once. They will look within the minute.
Sorry, I'm catching my breath because that was fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm trying to remember if there was anything else important that...
That
would you
roughly
like
covers.
a few spots or?
Yeah, if you got them, because I wrote down the words "warning Lord Braylor" as like a thing to do, and then I did not write what to warn him of.
The Church of the Inquisition, the prison established at the top of the volcano of the island, went to war with the Wild Hunt. And Whibbles were a thing as well. At one point, they were adorable.
Would Wibbles be something that I would bring up? No, I don't think so. Okay,
I'll just fuck around.
But yeah, ooh, and you said there was like a cool like lightning sword or something in the fight. You don't need the name of it, but I would probably bring it up.
Oh, the big sword that the
This is
big
why I
enemy
hand
guy
her.
had versus the
That fought with the Wild Hunt.
Yeah, fought against the Wild Hunt.
against the Wild Hunt. He showed up with the big army for fighting them.
I forget the name of that sword, and I don't need you to remember it, but I would actually probably include it in this description. But
They murmur to each other.
The sword of Harrowfall.
Hell yeah! Well done,
The
Taylor.
sword that killed the tyrant king Barst. It's a king killer.
That sword is in 2 pieces and with the party.
yeah, That's
Were
the one
you-
that got stabbed into Soren.
Lord Braylor
Any-
leans forward with interest. Go ahead.
Just want to confirm, Ben, were you talking about the sword that someone from the Inquisition was wielding, or the one that we have in pieces? Okay, so not that
Yeah,
sword.
it was
Different
just like an
sword.
offhanded thing.
Okay.
Okay. Different sword. The King Killer sword you do have on the party, the one that the
okay.
Inquisitor wielded was not that sword.
Yeah. So I just wanted to confirm we're talking about the Inquisitor sword, not the one that we have.
Yeah,
We're t-
and it
Got
has
it,
nothing
okay.
to do with anything. Zito just likes cool weapons, and so when I was there, I
Hell
was like,
yeah.
I want to see a cool weapon.
They murmur with each other and say the Inquisition can act in means of defense upon their territory, so they have not broken any rules.
There's also grafting going on over there.
Heathrow goes, I cramped my neck doing that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I don't know how I want to word this also information, but he wants to look towards House Rights and be like, there also seems to be a chamber there that is involving dragon rituals.
Hasrax and them nod along and go, yes, they as they reported, they invaded one of our one of our sacred sites, and occupied it along with the Weirway. More murmurs. They were able to move the Weirway and were committing atrocities.
I don't think there's anything else that comes to mind. Flying beasts.
What
Where's
was your
there?
Hell of a Thea? It was a fish
Yeah.
and is not with the party.
Okay.
Not.
Nope. The fish were left behind by the dragon.
Well, damn.
We should probably.
What was your direct involvement with these events?
Well,
He indicates to the party as a whole.
A lot of punching.
we kind of got to go to your sacred site where the wild hunt is occupying.
Get me back, says Soren.
Right.
To get Soren back, which was what all of us were trying to do. Of course, when you try to go on a path, there's lots of little bumps. So we managed to not die, so that's fantastic. And then
We went to the city of Pardon to find Soren. Soren was not there. Lady Elstro told us that we could find him in the woods, and if we were going out there anyway, we might as well look for two men named Ilan and Toril. We went out to the woods, we found the wild hunt. We saved Toril, we saved Soren. Soren was locked in a weird mirror chamber thing, so eventually we got him back out by getting back to the city of Pardon and talking to people and networking and all of that stuff that I just love doing. And by the time we got back to the city of Pardon, the one thing that we couldn't do while we were with the wild hunt is save Whalley. Whalley was currently being turned into a grafted creature of some sort, and I did take some pleasure in making sure that he did not continue to live past that. But that's neither here nor there. He's
Many of the old Kirks are like, but Braylord just kind of nods.
he was grafted to his dragon.
His dragon was not saved. He was not saved. But he did turn into, eventually, a Leshen. After we told all these people at City Pardon that he was turning into a Leshen, to not let him turn into a Leshen, they were like, well, we have to let him turn into a Leshen. So he did, and then we killed Lady Elstro, not on purpose. We talked to her. She thought that we were on her side, and then tried to give, and she thought that the elves had betrayed her, so she was like, now you have to get me out of here. And I was like, no, you've betrayed everybody, so you can't get out of here. And then she tried to kill us, and we defended, and turns out she is frail. She acts so tough for a frail It doesn't matter. She didn't make it out of there. A lot of people didn't make it out of there. We made it out of there, and then we had to go kill the Leshen, her son, who, again, I do not take any pleasure in reporting that I killed him a few times.
Lord Brailer holds up his hand. Addresses the court. This was the path I set them on. They have done everything, these heroes of the bridge, within their power to have the people's best interests in mind, which is he says to someone that you can't see, core values. I did not become the Lord of the Bridge by choice, but I have been appalled by how many of the people I was put into the same circles of did not take the people's best interests in choice. Olkirk, I must insist, we cannot shell the city. He rolls his eyes. This information has been incredibly useful to us and concurs and validates many of the reports we have had. Thank you. We cannot thank you enough, each of you, for your help in this matter. He looks to Robin. You once joked with me about a title.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke, but
I think, and he gets cut off as he looks as he looks across as this 4 floating long shards of marble gently float into the room. They look to
our
be
room, into his room,
into y'all's room. They look to be white and black and cascading cracks within, and they move up to Heathrow, and Heathrow goes, "Oh my goodness, this is unprecedented. Lord Braylor, the sacred weaponry of your house has chosen these individuals." He leans back and goes, "All right, but I'm gonna give the title too. You will have estates within Cairn," and he starts to talk about the logistics of this nice establishment that now falls under technically Robin's name, and the party now has a new base within the capital city of Cairn. These shards, he goes on to explain, break off and hover by each of the party members, giving them a +2 to their AC. And if everyone cares to, the party can group cast a legendary action requiring one of the party members' action in cost to do so, where the 4 shards will come together into a swarm creature that will gain its own turn in the rotation and fight for the party defensively. But it would negate everyone's +2 to AC for briefly something alternate, potentially. It has many uses in outside of combat as well.
Outside of combat as well.
Yes, and we'll get into that next episode.
This is so
Can
exciting.
one last sentence right before we go?
We got a little wiggle room.
Yeah. One more thing. We found a defector.
Go on.
An elven woman. sent by the elves to the island under false pretenses. Her world was shattered when she saw what was truly happening. She has fought with us.
One of the House Ryax leans forward. And did this elf partake of any flesh?
Negative.
Then she's not a part of the military machine as far as I'm concerned. If she renounces in writing before one of the house members in court, they will have a place with us. We must end the distinction that the elves are all universally evil. That's stupid. It doesn't have any understand or portrayal of nuance. And it's about time we stop shooting ourselves in the foot over such indications. They all kind of
I
look at each other.
agree.
Chastised publicly, like, new concepts.
I will let her make that decision herself. Right now, she is a fish.
I'm sorry?
Well, we had to get off of the island, and we swam, and it was easier for her to just be a fish for that. So she was
Okay.
a fish. There are like 2 barracuda down there. That they're with us.
Excellent. You will be able to call upon my coffers for a time until the estates are able to start bringing in their own currency. You have nothing but my thanks. And I think that's where we're going to call it for now. You begin to hear the detonations and sounds of war as the court is adjourned and everyone gets to work. Guys, I'm Sir Feffers. Don't go anywhere. We're going to do a raid. Thank you for coming in tonight. Very excited to be getting to the rest of the continent and going into the beginnings of the second major arc of this particular campaign within Terraform. Get caught up on the YouTube. If you got the itch, we got your fix. Do go follow these amazing creators. Goodness gracious, head over to the Discord. Did anyone win bingo? You can find that at the Discord. Yeah, let me throw it over to Taylor and Tracy.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the Game Master of Hynafall. Check us out at hynafall.com. I just finished a trip to Neotropolis and I'm making a video about my experience. Check that out soon at larping.org. I play Robin. Robin is very, very excited to be walking back into Cairn with a fancy estate and all of this stuff. So she's super stoked for that and seeing what she can do to help the estate run well and everything like that, as well as whatever is ahead that they need to do. She's very excited to see what possibilities they have. I will pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. I'm ever Shane Whalley. Playing Sika was great today. Lots of godly stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, full spread of various fantastical magics.
Yeah. Lots of godly stuff. It's been fantastic, especially for my internal story for Stika, which I hope you guys enjoy the little sprinkles that keep going until the whole thing is paved forward. He's having a good time seeing Heathrow. He wants to have some tea before hell breaks loose again. So there is that. Not much else to say other than It was fun tonight, and thank you to everyone who joined in tonight. I'll send it over to Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard. I've been playing Zito Barbare, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. I have to end the war so I can go home. So right now, I want to be told what to punch next. That's all Zito wants, is punch next target to go punch. But a shower would also be nice. And I feel like we're at a spot where Zito can have a shower. So there's been a lot on his chest and in his little ankle notebook that he finally got to deliver the news of. So now back to punch. I'm on tour. If you guys want to come see me do comedy, I have shows in Chicago. I'm just doing a 10-minute spot at a place called the Lincoln Lodge on May 16th. And then I will be in Appleton, Wisconsin on the 18th. And then Honolulu, Hawaii on June 8th at the Blue Note. So if you are in any of those areas, I have a bunch of other stuff too coming up. The Northeast is coming in the early fall, end of summer, early fall. So check those dates out on my website. Until then, I have stuff. I'm doing the summer series here on Survivor's channel. So check that out starting in June-ish. 8 episodes. It's gonna be a good time or else.
All right, gang. We're gonna go kick it with Harley Kane. Good bean, fantastic person. Loves Brandon Sanderson as much as I do. Looks like they're playing some PG3. Go show them some love. And have a phenomenal rest of your evening.